Okay, we're going to look at sum and difference of cubes, and how we know whether we have that is if we have two terms and both numbers are perfect cubes, meaning they're a result of some number with an exponent of 3. And this one, 2 to the third power, is the same as saying 8, because 2 to the third power means 2 times 2 times 2. And then 27 is 3 to the third power, because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So this is the sum of a perfect cube. Sum because it says addition. This one would be a difference, a minus of perfect cubes, because what had an exponent of 3 is the y value, and here what had an exponent of 3 was 5, because 5 to the third power is 125. So if you know you have sum or difference of cubes, you're going to need to use your formula sheet. We give you the formulas for them. Notice this one has a plus and this one has a minus. So this is the one you'll use for the sum of cubes, and this one is the one you'll use for the difference of cubes. So the starting parentheses should look similar to your problem. If you're starting with addition here, you're going to use the one that starts with addition here. If it's subtraction here, then it's going to be subtraction here. So I'm going to use the sum of cubes formula. And for the first one, and down here I'm going to use the difference of cubes formula. And the formulas are super similar. There's only a couple differences. And the difference is, where is the subtraction sign in it? In the sum of cubes, the subtraction sign is right before the middle term here. And in the difference of cubes, it's here, but it's not here. See how that's the difference? But everything else about the, oops, I shouldn't put the squared out there. That was a goof. It should be in here. There we go. But everything else about the formulas are the same. So we just have to figure out how to put numbers in here. So that's what we're going to do. What you do is you first find your A and B. So step one is find what the A and the B values are supposed to be. And you find the A and the B by taking the square root of each of these numbers. So A is going to be the square root of 8, and B, not square root, excuse me, cube root of B. So B is going to be the cube root of 27. This is the cube root of this number and the cube root of this number. So A plus B is going to be 2x, because the cube root of x to the third is just x. So 2x is the A portion, okay? I should have put the x cubed in there when I wrote it. Okay, so I'm finding the cube root of 8x to the third, which is 2x. Because if you did 2x times 2x times 2x, you would get 8x to the third. So the cube root is 2x. That's my A value. So it says take A and add it to B. Well, my B value is the cube root of 27, which is just 3. So I'm going to add it to 3. Now, once you know the A and B, then you're going to use A and B to fill in the second part. You're not even going to look back at the original problem at all. Now that we know that A is a 2x and B is a 3, now we can fill in this second portion. It's saying take A and square it. So A is 2x. So if I square it, it's going to be 2 squared, which is 4, and x squared, which is x squared. And then it says now subtract A times B. Well, 2x times 3. A times B, A is 2x, B is 3, so A times B is 6x. And then add B squared. Well, 3 is the B, so B squared is 9. Okay? So that is the answer. You just have to fill these out. Now you do want to check this part and see if it can be factored further. Usually it can't be, but it's always a wise thing to check it. Let's go down to the next one. We need to know our a and our b. So the cube root of y to the third is just y. So a is just this y value. The cube root of 125 is 5. So we're going to put a 5 in there for that second value. And it's going to start with subtraction. Then we'll come over here, and so we know our a value is the cube root of y cubed, so that means it's going to be just y. And we know our b value is the cube root of 125. Well, the cube root of 125 is 5. So now we know that b is 5, a is the letter y. So we're going to square a. A is a y value, so we're going to say y squared plus a times b, so 5 times y, plus b squared. Well, b is 5, so 5 squared is 25. Boom, we're done.